Hello everybody, Ruru here for a really hopefully quick review on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Build-A-Figure Megazord from the Legacy Collection line. If you don't know what the line is from, this is the box in which the Yellow Ranger came with, and they came with a piece for the Build-A-Megazord figure. And on the back it just shows all the pieces and where you can get them from, which figures came with which ones. And I've been waiting quite a long time for these pieces to finally come together to make the Megazord, as you can see here. Now bringing the Megazord in, it looks pretty accurate to the show. I mean, there's some details that are missing, some paint that could have been done better, but overall, I'm pretty much pleased with it. I never actually had the original Megazord to begin with, so I'm glad I have it in some sort of way. And just for a quick comparison, here he is with the White Ranger. So they're not in scale, obviously, but he is quite a hefty figure. The White Ranger is a 7-inch figure, while the Megazord is significantly taller. So like I said, they came with each Ranger. So the Blue Ranger had the foot, this foot. The Yellow Ranger had this part. The Red Ranger came with the whole torso piece, and the Pink and Black Ranger both had these two arm pieces. Now, putting them together is kind of a tricky ordeal, so I won't take them apart because I'm scared of not being able to put them back together. But it's pretty much a simple ball peg to a little peg here. So, yeah. Taking a closer look, it just looks it looks great. I like it. I always loved the original design to the Megazord. You can't really beat this one. There are cool Zords, but this will always be my favorite because it was my childhood and all that, nostalgic junk. And for articulation, he really doesn't. He has a pretty decent amount. His head is on can just turn and can go up and down just a little bit, and can do a little wobble here. And oh, he has all his cannons and all that stuff. Anyway, he can move his hands full 360. He can move them in and out. He's got a single jointed elbow. It can kind of rotate, but that's really the ball joint up here. His shoulders, his armor pieces right here can move independently. There's weird articulation in the knees. Look at that. It's like really loose, this whole thing here. And just shaking it is just kind of scary. He can move forward his legs and back a little bit. Not too much, but sufficient enough. And his knees are on ball joints, and they're kind of high up, so it looks weird when you bend them. And you got to be careful with this. If you bend it too much, it pops right off. It's kind of loose. But yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, I could put like floor polish on it and make it stiffer, but other than that, there's really not much you can do for that. And same here, you just see, I didn't even have to try hard with that one. And their feet are on ball joints, so you can freely move that around. As with this one, this one's kind of stiffer, so I like this one. And his arms, his hands are on a ball joint, so you can move them freely as well. His fingers are not articulated, and I wish he would have come with a sword at least. Make my money's worth here, but I'm kind of disappointed in it because it's finicky. Oh, his legs can move this far apart, so that's something. So it's nice to play with. If you don't want to ruin your other Megazords, you can play with this one freely. It's a really nice thing to have, hold in the hand, and it's really nice. But that's pretty much it. It wasn't worth buying all those figures. It's a nice little bonus, if anything, really. The figures themselves are awesome, so if you're looking to get this Megazord, and if you're looking to buy it just for the Megazord, I kind of steer away from that and just get a really proper sized one. But other than that, it is a really nice figure. It's far from perfect. And today I'll just be closing off on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Collection figure line. It's been about 10 months since I bought my first Power Rangers figures from this line, and it's been a pretty long time, and they've been pretty slow about releasing them. But yeah, been very impressed by this figure line, and both articulation and the size and the paint and all that, and they're just really good figures to have. And it's been an expensive journey actually, but luckily I've incremented on buying them two by two. So 1 month I'd get the two first figures, and like 3 months later I'll get the other two, and then 1 month the next month, or 2 months after that I get the next one. So I've been kind of extending on how long the time in between me buying them, because they are very expensive for uh, average collectors, I would say. And each one is about $20 each with tax and everything. So in total that'd be about $140 altogether. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's definitely not the most expensive collection to start. If you're a starter, I guess you could, if you kind of buy them one by one, and leave spaces of time in between buying them just to save you money. But it's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's worth it, definitely. It looks good on my shelf with all my other Power Rangers figures. The Figuarts collection is definitely expensive. I paid 150 just for the Pink Ranger alone for the Figuarts line. So yeah, that's kind of cutting it there. So yeah, other than that, I've really enjoyed collecting them, looking for them. It's awesome. And I also have to build the figure Megazord here. I'll just put him into frame. He's kind of big, but yeah, put that in a shot. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hopefully, I know they have other figure series in the line. They also have a legacy collection for the Ninja Storm. They have one for the movie Power Rangers that just came out. They have one for Power Rangers in Space. I really love Power Rangers in Space, but I gotta say I'm not gonna go. I'm not rushing out there to get those figures quite yet. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But again, if you want to see reviews on each of these figures, I do have them in my old videos. They're quite easy to find, and hopefully you'll take a look at all of them. And yeah, hopefully they don't come out with a Zeo, because Zeo is my favorite series in Power Rangers history. So if they came out with Zeo, I'd have to go out and buy those too. Hopefully they don't come up. I'm kind of hoping they do, but at the same time I really hope they don't, because I don't think my wallet could take it. Anyways, that was pretty much all I wanted to say. These figures look awesome, and definitely try to go pick up as many as you can from this series. And stay tuned, I have more videos coming up.